Hi, my name is Alane. Today I'm talking about analysis of language change in collaborative instruction following, a paper by Effenberger, Rhia, Singh, Yoav, myself, and Yoav Artzi at Findings of EMNLP. Today we look at language change in collaborative interactions. This was previously studied a lot in reference games, which found that as players build common ground in a game, their utterances tend to decrease in complexity. Today we look at this phenomenon in Serial Bar, a collaborative language instruction game. Unlike reference games, in Serial Bar, speakers can specify multiple goals in an instruction to get more done, and there are some other subtle differences with reference games. So today we look at and try to answer how language change manifests in Serial Bar in comparison to reference games. So here's a screenshot of a Serial Bar game. So there's this game board, there's a bunch of landmarks and terrain and cards scattered around the board. We have a leader and a follower player. The leader will be giving instructions to the follower. Their goal is to pick up sets of matching cards, and for each set they pick up, they earn a point. We look at, in our analysis, a subset of the 1,200 human-human games collected by Suhr et al. 2019. The games are quite long, at around 20 instructions each, and to analyze how language changes over the community lifetime, we partition the games chronologically into deciles of equal size. So here are some examples of instructions from the first, fifth, and last decile. And qualitatively, we see that over time, language tends to look more complex and longer. And these were picked, but they do show the trends in general that we see over the 10 deciles. And when we look at the metrics that were commonly used in reference game literature, we see that actually the complexity either seems to increase or stay around the same. We didn't observe a decrease in language complexity. So for example, for instruction link I have in blue, you can see that it increases over time and then stabilizes, and there were some other metrics that we discuss in the paper. We looked at the relationship of complexity with the actual tasks being described. So for example, we looked at the number of words per card event and instructions per card event, both of which went down, and we're defining a card event as a follower selecting or deselecting a card. So we see that over time, the instructions contain more and more information. To conclude, we observe language and behavior change over time in the community as would be expected in an interactive setup like this one, but we don't see the similar results to reference games where language is simplified. In fact, we see that it either stays around the same or even gets more complex. And we hypothesize that this is because of the setup of the game. So there's a fixed number of tasks to complete in reference games, just pick out each of the individual items, whereas in Serial Bar, the players are incentivized to maximize their score, i.e. maximize the number of tasks they complete. And a good way to do that is to pack more tasks into each instruction. Thank you for listening, and I hope you enjoy the full paper.